तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विदुनोति सहृत्सतम्। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So Mataji is here, 23rd. So many are raising hands, so someone will recite. Anasuya Mataji, yeah? Should you recite? Will you recite Mataji?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, you want me to call out the names, Mataji?
Yes,
Or you will-
Mataji.
We want to read translation and purport as well?
Yeah, I think looks like the first two verses are not much to discuss. So we'll discuss together. We go up till 25, reading, reciting and reading, and we'll start discussing once we finish with 25. Yeah. So
Okay,
we
25 purport is very long, Mataji. So we don't read the purport, right?
we don't read. Yeah, we don't read. Yeah.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Ansuya Mataji, the shloka, Vasudha Mataji translation, and Aditi Mataji, the purport. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dadrushatra te ramyam alakam nama vaipurim vanam saugandikam chapi yatra tanmrama pankajam.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम माताजी। Hare Krishna. Translation Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus the demigods saw the wonderfully beautiful region known as Alaka in the forest known as Saugandika, which means full of fragrance. The forest is known as Saugandika because of its abundance of lotus flowers. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you.
By Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes Alaka is known as Alakapuri, which is also the name of the abode of Kuvera. Kuvera's abode, however, cannot be seen from Kailasha. Therefore, the region of Alaka referred to here is different from Alakapuri of Kuvera. According to
Veera Raghava Acharya.
Acharya, Alaka means uncommonly beautiful. In the region of Alaka that the demigod saw, there is a type of lotus flower known as Sugandhika that distributes an especially fragrant scent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sudha Mataji, the verse, Prashanti Mataji, the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, am I audible, Mataji?
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Audible?
Yes, Mataji, you are.
Hare Krishna. नन्दाचालक नन्दाच सरित उभायत पुरः तीर्थपाद पदाम्बोज राजसातीव पावने. Thank you,
Hare Krishna Mataji, that was Pranam. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. They also saw the two rivers named Nanda and Alakananda. These two rivers are sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Archana Mataji, the shloka, and Krishnamurti Prabhuji, the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Mataji. Yayo sura striya shattar avarithya swadishmyata kridande pumsa shinjyanto vidaya pradik karshita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Kshata Vidura, the the celestial themselves come down to those rivers in their airplanes with their husbands, and their sexual after sexual enjoyment, they enter the water and enjoy sprinkling their husbands with water. Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
pranams
Krishna.
Mataji.
Pranam Prabhu. Yeah. So we'll start understanding the verses. So this chapter is stating Brahma satisfying Lord Shiva. So what happened? The context is that all the devatas, priests, guests, whoever has assembled there, they were all defeated by Lord Shiva's followers. They all after the sacrifice happened, the sacrifice was destroyed by Veerabhadra, and all those who had got injured, they all flew away here and there, and they actually approached Lord Brahma for help. And then they informed everything whatever has happened. Brahma and Vishnu, they know everything. So they know that this is going to happen, and they have not come to the sacrifice first of all. And then Lord Brahma, demigods, when they informed Brahma about this mishap, whatever has happened, Lord Brahma said, you cannot be happy after offending a great personality. So we better pacifying Lord Shiva is important. Just falling at his lotus feet and beg for his pardon. And uh, you have to know. No one know his glory. So that's what he's telling. He's speaking to demigods that you can't be happy by offending a devotee of the Lord, like that. And then Shiva is, when he gets angry, it's he can create a complete, he it better not to give him that situation. I mean, they get to that situation. So he spoke that you can easily be pleased. Shiva will be easily pleased, and then if you can't please Shiva, you cannot be happy just by executing this sacrifice, and you offend great personalities. So Shiva will be easily angered also. Yeah, so he can easily be pleased, he can easily be, he will forgive you also easily, he will angrily also, he will get angry also. So like that, Lord Brahma was talking about the qualities of Shiva and then reasons of he getting angry, he said. And then he says about Brahma took all the demigods for Kailas. He instructed these devatas, pitas, and all the prajas, all the living entities, and then Brahma along with them he left to Kailas and abode of Lord Shiva. And the nice description of Lord Shiva's abode happened. It is so much of filled with abundant in natural beauty, more or less like Vrindavan, but it is completely natural beauty like that. I was explained. And the hill is surrounded by Alakananda. So Alakananda is it's a it's actually what do you say, that part of Ganges only, flowing from the universes. Yeah, so it is auspicious. And then Sati, she was wife who is now in this pastime. She is actually been give herself in the fire flames in the sacrifice. So she is no more. But this Alakananda is a place where Sati used to take bath. That particular lake, which is Ganges water only, and now she's not there. But she used to regularly bathe there. And then they were. This is made of Ganges water. So it is, the Ganges is coming from the universe, particularly entering, and that Ganges is captured by Lord Shiva, who is, holding in in his hair, and his hair is like, compared to, it is mystic power kind of thing has got in his hair, so he can completely hold that gushing fall of Ganges in his hair. And he's not an ordinary personality, and his hair is also not ordinary like that. He held it everything in the hair, and then Mount Kailash has got Ganges water. So the forest which is described, by in this lake, by the lake, the whole region is called Alaka, means big forest, and this forest has got a lot of fragrant flowers like Sugandhika, mentioned in the purports we have. So comments are made, this, this Alaka means Alakapuri. This Alakapuri is a capital city of Kuvera, that treasurer, Kuvera, demigod of treasury. Yeah. So in this particular place, these demigods are this most beautiful Alaka region. when they were going with Brahma, which is uncommonly beautiful. And this Sugandhika forest is there, means filled of complete fragrance. And out of this city were the rivers called Nanda and Alakananda. And these Nanda and Alakananda rivers are they're scantified by the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. That is mentioned as Tirthapada. So whenever water or anything else, the dust or the water, anything touches the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, it gets purified, spiritualized, scantified like that, free from complete material contamination. So this is also true for any devotee who is we come in contact with, because the devotee is also whoever has gone through those places also, he is also purified in the similar situation. Yeah. So the forest by the lake which we are trying to understand about this Alaka and Alakananda, these are Nanda and Alakananda. These are mainly called, this Alaka is called Alakapuri, and we hear that Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they are, later in the 10th canto, the description of that will come in the chapter 9 when Yashodamai and Damodar Lila passed in that part of that. We see that Narada is going to see his friend Lord Shiva. Now, Narada is also, he performs such a level of devotional service that he is friend with Lord Shiva. Similarly, we see Chitraketu is a similar relation with friend Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is actually approachable by all his friends. So like that, Narada visits to this Kailasa, and then the description of this Kailasa is given is actually part of Kuvera's kingdom. This Kailasa which we heard about Shiva's abode, it's a part of Kuvera's kingdom. Kuvera is also a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva, and he requested Lord Shiva to remain in this specific garden, Alakananda. That Lord Shiva likes this natural beauty, and so he requested him to stay there, and Shiva has like that many residences he have. He won't stay at one place, he keeps going, because whoever is rich, opulences, they don't need to stay at one place, they can go around and stay any other place. So like that, Lord Shiva has number of residences, and he stayed for some time in this place. So like wealthy people do, keep changing residences like that. Yeah? So he has got multiple residences. One such residences is that Kailas. So Lord Shiva is staying there. So Lord Brahma and demigods all are, they are gone to that to pay visit to Lord Shiva in this place, Alaka. But the forest is on the hill of that Kuvera's capital city, which is very distant, but it is there on that. So it refers to the capital city, Alakananda. It's uncommonly beautiful with all the flowers surrounded by rivers called Nanda and Alakananda. So when we try to understand, perceive this Alakananda river, many of us would have been to Mayapur, right? Every one of us been to Mayapur here in this forum. Anyone has been to
Yes,
Mayapur?
yes, Mataji. Yes.
We have been to Mayapur, right? So when we go to Mayapur, we can see this Alakananda. It's actually, tributaries of Ganges we see in a place called Harihara Kshetra.
Hari?
So this Harihara Kshetra. So
Okay.
this Harihara Kshetra temple is a temple of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. The one deity, you will see half, you see Lord Vishnu on the right side, and left side you see something like that. Right is Shiva and left is Vishnu, something like that. But it's half of, you see the deity is only like that. So one side you see Lord Shiva, and next to him is Parvati Devi, and then other side you see Vishnu, and then the Lakshmi accompanying him like that. So this beautiful place is there. If you have not seen, next time when you go, you can see this place. And down that, where the temple will be like that, and there's a slope down below. There's nice, beautiful. The garden is also very beautiful, like how it is described here. There's a nice trees there, and beautiful serenity, and the location is nice. So there below the slope we see both rivers, this Nanda and Alakananda. And here Lord sanctified these rivers by his presence. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to all these places, so it's a place purified by his presence there. So something which exactly how we hear from Nalakuvera and Manigriva pastime, like that, something similar to this, wives of devatas, fatigue after sexual enjoyment and all, when we are hearing in the 25th verse, it's like that, but not in a similar direction, but on that note only, these husbands and demigods, the residents of these heavenly places, all the celestial damsels, they went to the specifically beautiful area like that. These are all, like a resort for them. Among the heavenly realms, this is kind of a resort, this particular place, and they have been there, and they went to that place with some sexual desire. And they are engaged in those activities. They're bathing in the rivers, splashing water upon one another, like that. So this is what is happening. So in that particular place, when we see the purport in 25, all this understood that even the damsels of the heavenly planets are having some kind of polluted thoughts of this, sex enjoyment, and then they are coming in these aeroplanes and taking bath in these rivers. And these rivers are significant because Lord personally present there, and it is purified place. In other words, what Prabhupada is telling in the purport, that Ganges is sacred because its water emanates from the toes of the Supreme Lord himself, Narayana. So wherever water or anything touched by the Lord, Supreme Lord, is purified and spiritualized. So like that. So this is there. But rules and regulations of devotional service are based on what? Anything touched by the lotus feet of the Lord is immediately freed from material contamination. So these heavenly planets, in the dimensions of these heavenly planets, having this kind of thought where indulge in the sexual activities, they came to bathe there, and they are sprinkling and they're having some a time of their own sense enjoyment. That is like they are enjoying, but what is happening after that? They are not happy. Significantly, the important aspect is that Rati Karshitaha, the damsels became more morose after that enjoyment. Their intention was that, but the thing is that after that they are not satisfied. So what Prabhupada is telling, giving us the information that the significant point here is that these sacred rivers are there where the presence of the Lord is there, and that particular presence of the Lord is called Tirthapada. Tirtha means sanctified place. So Pada means lotus feet of the Lord. So people go to these places to free themselves from all the sinful reactions. Yeah. So the important point is that getting rid of sinful reactions. When they indulge in that, they are actually not feeling happy. And this is the problem in this material world. Nature of material enjoyment is like that. In the beginning, it looks like enjoyment. When it comes to the climax, it's like a misery. It's not like, dukkale mashashvatam, we keep on hearing that. In material world, there is no happiness. If someone is thinking about there is an happiness, or they are trying to solve some material problems in this material world, they are actually considered as pessimists, because this is mentioned in Prahalad Maharaj prayers. Yeah, so people who are trying to be in this material world and want to enjoy solving the problems, they're considered pessimists. Only in the spiritual life and spiritual activities, it's always optimism like that. So here the beginning is looking like enjoyment when they are intended to go to this place and with the mood of having good time with their husbands, but it's ending up with misery of no happiness, like that. So heavenly planets, those heavenly places, realms, they are also scantified, but they still have material desire. That's the point where we have to understand that this higher planets, middle planet, lower planet, all these planets have got more or less similar modes are getting influenced all of us in a different intensity, a longer period, like that. So as long as we keep on in this material world, we keep on entangled with this, we take birth again and again. Okay? And then such places, even in this heavenly realms also, there is no no excuse there, like that. So in the atmosphere of this material opulences, the tendency is to enjoy more and more, but among pious people it is coming. So there is no distinction of kingdom of God and there is a distinction between kingdom of God and material realms. So this entire universe, where we see higher, lower, and middle planets, you see this problem is there, other than only in the kingdom of God. So Prabhupada is addressing in this verse that Tirthapad is the stressing on that particular word where lotus feet of Supreme Lord is touched, and also the pure devotees who travel to those pure places, or holy dhams like that. The lotus feet sanctifies everything. Lord is personally present there, and devotees who travel to that particular places also, who take shelter of the Lord especially, they can also purify everybody just by their presence. Hmm? Because they do that devotion service, and their devotion also they carry wherever they go. So they are without any anyabhilashita sunya. Pure intentions, nothing, not expecting anything in return, and they always do like that. Yeah? So when we think about this purport, what Prabhupada is telling, it is a verse called it is that lotus feet is. So what is Narottam Das Thakur telling here? He's telling that we don't need to travel to any holy dhams. No, someone who is traveling to the holy dhams and taking the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet, they automatically become pure. Huh? But someone who is taking, those people who take protection of such saintly people also, like we see disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and we are there, trying our level best to do something. But when they come to do some simple program, there's a lot of potency we can realize, which we cannot give that transformation in the hearts of these, fallen souls, but they can do that. We try our best little bit, whatever as an instrument, but pure souls which are surrendered to the Lord and His services without anything, in their expecting anything in this material world, completely dedicated. They also purify everybody. Holy dhams, you don't need to go to holy dhams. If the people who are traveling to the holy dhams, such saintly people traveling to all the holy dhams, and then they are visiting us wherever we are, that situation also purifies all of us, which we all would have seen and realized, right? So, on that note, Narottam Das Thakur, one of the great acharyas in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, is telling that no need to travel any different places of pilgrimage. Like, if you're stuck in a place where you can't travel often, then you stay where you are. And then take association of these saintly personalities who can, give you that same purification. Undoubtedly, it's trouble to go to one place to another. But if one is intelligent who takes shelter of the lotus feet, automatically they get purified. And that is the actual meaning of pilgrimage, like that. So one's mind, words, deed, everything is fixed on the service of the lotus feet of Govinda. That is Tirthapada. So he does not need to travel to these pilgrimages. If we can, it's okay. But if we cannot, then saintly persons who come visit, like in our temple, we have lots of traveling preachers who come. All the sannyasis keep coming. So when we take their association, we get so much purity. Like we just cook for them, or take participation in their classes, or organize some sessions for them. It's all purification. So we can enjoy all the benefits like that. If you can't go, you can enjoy all the benefits just by connecting or associating with such pure devotees. Like that Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. Such a pure devotee has complete faith on the Lord, can create sacred places in any part of this world, wherever he decides to remain. Prabhupada is telling Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. So a person who is gone to any holy dham, a saintly person, and if he travel to any other places, he can create that place which is actually filled with a lot of filth. That will also transform to a holy dham. They the places will be scantified due to presence of that pure devotees, and automatically it will become a place of pilgrimage, if either by the Lord or by his devotees or someone, or anyone, or residing there, or devotee remains or residing there, like that. So we see from the example of Srila Prabhupada only. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to Western world, to USA, he actually has to establish ISKCON, the moment here, the institute. And according to the laws in America, they have an article where they have to incorporate the 7 purposes of ISKCON. So it is required, mandatory. So in that 7 purposes, there is important. The one of the purposes is to establish a place of pilgrimage. Now we have to think about it. Holy dhams are considered as a place where the Lord is personally present, or He has resided, or He is He has been. Vrindavan. If you see, Lord was there. He was walking on the Vrajadham and all that. So that is considered holy dham. Now, holy dhams existing, you can excavate and all the deities establish all that. We see Goswamis did that upon the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They established all the temples later when whatever Goswamis are worshipped, all the temples were been established later. Now, how can we understand that, in the mundane world where there is no holy dham, holy river only. In US or any other place, you don't find any holy rivers. Now, holy dham, there's no question about it. Lord has not been to that place. Now, how do we establish how Srila Prabhupada, thought of establishing these all our temples where all these saintly personalities traveling around holy dhams, and they are coming to these places and purifying and transforming. And we see how Prabhupada has established so many temples, 108 at that time, now so many, maybe up to 300, 400. I don't know exact number. If anybody knows, you can say. So that, Prabhupada could show that with his own example, how all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada who were dedicated their life from past 44 decades, 5 decades, they are traveling and they are trying to, continue that momentum as a, pure devotees of the Lord, like that. Yeah. So he established, how he established Prabhupada just performing kirtan. And he performed kirtan. Now I saw recently the temple, that tree in San Francisco, right? Some of them devotee went from here. He was sharing this. Anybody knows the tree where Srila Prabhupada in the park? What is that park? Tompkins Square Park. Yeah. So there is a river. Yeah. Yeah. So there is a river. Sorry, there is a tree. A tree name has Hare Krishna. And then they put a monument there. Prabhupada has first he chanted there Mahamantra, and 2 hours continuously he did. And then there are many people, were participating in this rigorous kirtan of Srila Prabhupada. You would have seen the videos also. You will, if you just Google it, you will get it. You can see the video, how everyone were dancing and chanting. So kirtan was performed, and then people were listening, participating, and then the devotees, their consciousness transformed with that, and they took the shelter of the Lord like that. In the holy name, they took the shelter. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed, right? He is there. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti, right? He is there in his holy name. He has invested all his energies in his holy name. We don't have that, inclination, or that, we're unfortunate that we don't have that taste to chant the holy names. But Prabhupada established like that. Kirtan is the only thing he could do and transform them, and then slowly he established that place of pilgrimage by what? What did he do after Kirtan?
Prashadam.
Yeah. What else?
Deities, Mataji.
Yeah, deities, installing the deities. So Radha Krishna deities, and like the temples established. When the 10 temples established, there are services for the people to perform, and they were performing. So like that, the purification happened. There's a kirtan, who are hearing the kirtan, and then who are participating, everyone purified. Devotees who constantly they took the shelter of the Lord. Like that, it's purification started. Yeah. So we see in your purport when Prabhupada is in this purport 1.13.10, right? There also, what are we going to, what is mentioned in that purport about Yudhishthira Maharaj? Yudhishthira Maharaj, actually, what happened? Vidura, his uncle, he went to a pilgrimage. He went, and then he came back. Yudhishthira Maharaj received him. And then, he was, he belonged to his family. And though, Duryodhana disregarded him, he left home. He didn't want to participate in Battle of Kurukshetra. Just before of the beginning of the Battle of Kurukshetra, he was, thinking of that no one is, taking his counsel. My elder brother, he was, why are you interviewing too much with Pandavas? And, he was not hearing, his advice has not been taken. And Dhritarashtra also, his son, Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana also he also didn't take it. So he's and Dhritarashtra is siding Duryodhana like that. So he got not interested in all this. So he just went to pilgrimage. So then after that, when he came, he returned back. Yudhishthira is receiving the uncle. And he says, "You uncle, you're always in our side only. You try to protect us. We're very pleased with you. During the time of the war, between two of us, you were traveling to the holy places of pilgrimage and talking with his spiritual master Maitreya, his association he took, and then he was traveling all this. So Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to inform him that, uncle, you also exalted devotee like that. You don't need to require to go to any of these holy places only. You whether you stay or you turn, wherever you stay, actually you can turn that place into pilgrimage. You don't need to go there. So on that note only, Narottam Das Thakur also, he also mentioned that, to go to holy places of pilgrimage is not for our mental satisfaction. It is for actually to prepare ourselves to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah. So exalted, he's so exalted like Vidura. Wherever he lives, he will make it to holy dham only. So like that, Tirtha Pada means the Lord who is present in that place or the devotees who have gone to these holy dhams and then, they are actually carrying the Lord in their heart and going to other places. And these devotees, wherever they go, they are always immersed in thinking of Krishna. There's what is that? 10th chapter we have verse now. What is that verse? They always
Tatatam
keep.
kirtayanto mam.
Yeah, there's one more, and there is what how pure devotees. What do they do? Like it is Bhagavad Gita.
येषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं
Before just one before that. What is that? Machita Madgata Prana. Symptoms of a pure devotee. Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Paraspara
बोधयन्त परस्परं कथयन्त
Katayanchastam Tushyantecha. Yeah. So what does this mean? Their minds are completely observed in always smaranam they are doing. And their lives are fully devoted to his service. And their pure devotees are mainly doing what? Enlightening each other. They are doing Shravanam. Yeah, they are doing Shravanam. They are conversing. Always Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. These three things in this verse mainly. And experiencing great bliss and satisfaction. So that is what Vidura also representing is a pure devotee of Krishna, always thinking of Krishna, and that is always anointed. What do we hear from Brahma Samhita also? Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Santaha Sadaiva Hrudayeshu Vilokayanti. They can never forget Krishna even for a second. They carry Krishna everywhere, where in their thoughts, in their mind, in their heart, in their words, in their deeds, like that. So Krishna is with the devotee, and such a devotee, wherever he goes also, he will turn that place into a pilgrimage, like that. So that's the important point about Tirthapada, thinking about is very important. And then you see about, when gopis also, when they are glorifying the Lord. Then they are missing the Lord after Lord departed to the Mathura. They were missing the Lord and they were actually, complaining Brahma, his creation. They are chastising or complaining Brahma's creation that how you have given us these eyelids, right? That they are, we can't even a second also stop not seeing Krishna. This creation of, eyelids and flickering this thing, we are missing this darshan of the Lord. And then they are complaining that his creation is not that great, like that. So, moment of association also they can't leave. So they get, so one becomes purified like that just by taking their association. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is also honoring Uncle Vidura, as you are representing a place of pilgrimage. So because of your cent% observation on the Supreme Lord, like that, we see Lord Nityanand Prabhu went on pilgrimage, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu searching for him, and he also went for South India, North India Yatra, Vrindavan, and purified all the places like that. So these so many places are installed. All those places, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, he has established all those places which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has traveled and purified. So they're all there for us to go and travel and see. So like that, the dust of Vrindavan is also so pure. Lord personally presented there. Gopis walked on the dust, upon the dust of lotus feet of the Lord. It's also purifying. So just take some dust of from feet from the holy dham, and then you do some parikrama, that without shoe or whatever, you without footwear. If you do it, it is purification for you. Though your feet will become dirty, but it is like a spiritual ointment kind of thing. You will get elevated. It only pure devotees will understand that. When we walk, then we will get pain only because we are not used to, our consciousness is not like that. But these are the instructions. So, and then as Narottam Das Thakur instructs also, that you don't need to go to pilgrimage. Here in our temple in Melbourne, like when Prabhupada visited on the Vyasas, and he was sitting and he was giving lecture, Shrimad Bhagavatam class, he mentioned that devotees who are connected to this temple and performing their devotional services, they don't need to go to Vrindavan. This place is Vrindavan itself. He has actually given that benefit or boon, so that we don't need to go. And he is mentioned, so the mode of devotees is like that here. Whoever is like, just we want to go for a holiday, we feel like, oh, even we want to go holy dham, but everyone is so attached to the deity because of Prabhupada's words. Prabhupada stayed here. He was, though he is remaining, residing in his murti form, we feel that vibration. And many sannyasis who come here, they glorify. Actually, a potency of Srila Prabhupada, they see because of the congregation is so much growing, and so much preaching is happening that we don't find preachers sometimes. It's like that. Dearth of preachers here. People are more like that. They want to come to Bhakti Viksha, but we don't have any facilitator to do. Like that situation we see. So we are so much feeling that vibration and that purification when someone comes. When we go to Holidam, we want to, but we are already feeling some. This temple is also like Holidam only. Our deities also like that. When we go to take Holidam darshan, also we remember every one of you must be definitely, but yeah. So it is like this. So when you think about the places, they get purified because of the presence of those devotees. Because Prabhupada himself mentioned, automatically it became a place of pilgrimage. Either Lord is present or pure devotee is remaining or residing. Like that, Prabhupada is telling a pure devotee who is engaged in the service of the Lord, wherever he remains, whether he stay here or he is going to hell or going to heavenly planets, everywhere he will purify, and that place will become like that. So we see from the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when you go to South India Yatra, chanting and hearing holy names, everyone become so happy. And then those people go to different village, and they also, whatever they heard from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they spread it, and they are filling with joy. It's like that shock of electricity going everywhere, that current going everywhere. Whoever get in touch with lords and lord devotees and lord lotus feet, they are also going everywhere and making the atmosphere filled with the love of God. Just by spreading the holy name, giving the message of the Lord. Like that, continuously someone keeps on going and serving, they will experience this. Throughout everywhere. So like this, we are reading in this chapter, in this particular verse, this sacrificed places. These are all purified places. They're all seen by certain demigods. They are residents of these heavenly planets. They are also, instead of, they're looking for enjoyment. Instead of that, if they should take full benefit of purification. That is the learning point here. What is that? Any place, higher, middle, or lower planets are all filled with enjoyment is there, sense enjoyment aspect is there. But what we have to learn is that we have to follow Rupa Goswami's instructions and strive to become fully purified. By what? By, not having these tendencies to engage in this enjoyment, mundane enjoyment, which will actually, unfortunately, pull us down. Instead of that, we should take full benefit of the potency of the Lord in His holy name, or in the, Archa Vigraha, or in associating with devotees. That is very important. Also, like in the sixth canto, we see there is a nice verse where it is mentioned, sixth canto, 17th chapter, 28 verse. Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati. There, sarga apavarga narakeshu apitulyartha darshina. So devotees are like this. They're completely engaged in the devotion service of the Lord. Full 24 hours, they're engaged in that. And they never fear of any condition in life. Under all circumstances, they want to give their best to the Lord. For them, heavenly planet, liberation, hellish planet, everything is same. They're only interested in the service of the Lord wherever they go. So the more they engage in that service of the Lord in any circumstances, with a humble mood, they serve the loving services they offer to the Lord. That is what is important. So every place has got a misery, upper, lower, middle, and then enjoyment aspect is there. Higher planets, more is there. More propensities are there, more facilities are there. Like that, how the descriptions we are seeing is there. The message is that what? We surrender to the Lord and take the association of the devotees who are completely surrendered to the Lord. Yeah. So that is the important aspect of this verse. Let's go to the next one, Mataji. Someone will recite this one.
Hare Krishna. Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Yayostatsnana nava kunkuma pinjaram vitraso api pibantyam baha payayanto gajihi. Thank
Hare
you, Mataji.
Krishna. I'll do the translation, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After the themselves of the heavenly planets bathe in the water, it becomes yellowish and fragrant due to the kumkum from their bodies. Thus, the elephants come to bathe there with their wives, the she elephants, and they also drink the water, although they are not thirsty. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is the aftermath of this, they're taking bath in the water and becoming the result of what is happening. But the main thing is that what as their intention is to have some sexual activities. Now, again, if you get a desire to enjoy in this material world is very powerful. What will happen? It is it is very proud to have this beautiful these damsels are there, heavenly planets is there, material life is there. All this is for us condensing more and more into towards ourselves. Yeah, someone is telling what is this last verse you mentioned from Shrimad Bhagavatam from 6th canto. Yes, that's right, 6th canto only. Yeah, 6th canto, 17th chapter, 28 verse.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so yeah, so this is material happiness is there everywhere, and then sense gratification is there. By enjoying that, what we are suffering more and more and more in this life after life. It doesn't, as long as you engage in this sense gratification. So it's if you think about talking to people outside world, if you talk, they think we are all pessimistic like this. These Hare Krishnas are pessimist view of life they have got, I think. But this is not what we are, it's not acceptable to us because, the intelligent person will not think like that. Intelligent person, what do we do? this, whatever is Lord created, no, it's there. But as long as we are in this material body, attributing ourselves on the platform of, we are the body, then everything is going back to the square one. We have to think that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we have to come to the understanding that whatever facility Lord has provided for us, we have to be grateful and we express our gratitude to the Lord with our love. Then that lust will transform into love. Until that lust is there, love for the Lord will not be there. It has to mature. Whatever our relationship, we have to build a relationship first, establish our relationship, accept the process, and then mature in that, so that the love will establish in our heart, so we can be able to same kind of intention which we have with a bodily platform, we should transform it to with the Lord who is sitting in our heart. So that will actually purify all our anarthas, will go in the heart. Lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, envy, everything will go. And then we will be able to understand the purpose of our life. Otherwise, it is just gruhamanda kupam, right? So we have a beautiful verse from Prahalad prayers also in the 7th canto, 9th chapter, 45th verse. Yan maitunadi gruhamedi sukam I tucham. Then Kanduyayena karayor iva dukkha dukkam. Truptyantineha kripana bahudukka bahaja kandutivan manasijam vishayeta dira. So this is also there, the sex life, like what we were hearing. This is actually rubbing of two hands. Rubbing of two hands to get rid of the itch. Like that. So the so-called Gruhamedis, Gruhastas, if you can go to the translation, Mataji. The so-called Gruhastas, Prabhupada is mentioning here, they don't have knowledge. They think of, this kind of activity is giving them the happiness, although it's actually a distress, source of distress. And Kripanas, the fools, who are just not, interested in understanding their aim of life. They're only satisfied with this sensuous enjoyment. And you see the result now. They themselves, all the damsels of, the wives of these devatas, they are tired. And then they came down and entered those rivers, enjoying sprinkling on their water. So they're not actually, getting any result out of it. They're not happy. So it is important to understand that, it is also mentioned, like for the Ganges also, there are so many sinful people also come and take a dip in Ganges. Now Ganges will be, had a complaint, this is what happens. I get so much burdened. Then she got a boon saying that, okay, if pure devotees come and take bath in you, it will become nullified. Like that. So the materialistic, they think that this indulgence is great happiness in this material world. They make so many plans to satisfy their senses. But it is, more prominent, you see, more prominent in Western world, that they are, which is open here, just like that. So it is described, they're all misers. The human form of life is a great asset. It's we can attain our goal for existence in this human form. Unfortunately, lack of spiritual knowledge or education or culture, it's fading. Even in India, it's fading. They're becoming victims of this false enjoyment or false happiness, unfortunately. So then Prahlad Maharaj is advising that this is not something which we have to look for. Unfortunate thing it is. Yeah, so everyone has to they're misleading in this civil lack of civilization is there, getting misled, especially by this concept of sex life. Like that, instead of that, especially, and if you avoid that and then try to bring Krishna into your life, then that person who has got lust in their heart, that lust will be transformed to love, and they can see the happiness. Until that time, it's you never get happiness by sense gratification. He is confirmed that lusty person who is compared to a foolish miser never gets happiness by sense gratification, because Krishna aspect is not there. Like that. So we have to take the shelter of the lotus. Then only we will be saved. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita also, it's clearly mentioned, right? Daivyeshe gunamai mama maya duratyaya. Mama evai prapadyante mayametam tarantar. Right? So if you you yourself voluntarily accept the lotus feet of the Lord, He's there to save us. Then we also see the Yamunacharya, who is the Acharya, Yamunacharya. He consider the sex life as low grade. He just spit on the thought of the sex, like that, spit on the thought of it, and he says, my lips curled with distaste, like that. He was a great king, and he enjoyed sexual happiness in various ways. But later he transformed all his lust into love by surrendering to the Lord. He engaged in this loving service of the Lord. And he realized there's no pleasure compared to this. Spiritual bliss. And he hated to think about sex life. If sex thought come to him, he will spit with so much of dissatisfaction. Not interested. Like that. So here we are thinking that, although we are not we not required anything like that, but we are, unfortunately, we see from past times of, Ambarish Maharaj. How do you see? He's a Matpara devotee, always fixed in Krishna consciousness. And then from his pastime, his example, Mahajana, we can understand that only we can, serve Krishna and satisfy our senses. And we see from the example of Haridas Thakur also. Maya Devi herself into Haridas Thakur. He never got allured by her. Indeed, he has transformed her, and then, he became like, he gave her initiation, and then that's it. She got purified, like that. On the other hand, we see Vishwamitra. He's a powerful yogi, just disturbed by just a little bit of ankle bell sound of Meenaka, right? So what is important is that we should apply to the best of our ability. We should apply what we are taking up in this spiritual path, whatever suits to our skills, or whatever inherent quality we have. Use our abilities in serving Krishna to the best. We should not imitate, but to the best. Then we leave the lower taste and we take the higher taste. It's very important. Otherwise, it's like in Maitunadi Gruhamedi Sukami Tucham. There's no point. Just like it keeps on coming. When there's each coming and you rub your, you scratch on it, it will adverse. Nothing will happen like that. Yeah. So, but we need to better use something else where the each will not happen like that. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a description of this Alakapuri is going on in the future verses also. It will continue until this, Brahma and all the demigods and others, these Pitas and Prajas, they all see the Lord Shiva. Until that time, the description is going on in a few more verses. I think tomorrow Mataji will take you ahead with other verses. But continuation of this demigods passing through this region of this Kuvera, king of Ikshas, and especially this Sugandhika forest is going on. It will continue. The beautiful description of this. Yeah. Until few verses, maybe up till 31, 32, they are. Until that time, they will be waiting to see Lord Shiva. So yeah, I think supposed to cover only 26 today, right? So if anyone has got anything to share or any question or anything to ask, comments, happy. Someone put something in the chat. What is this with both concepts? I don't know.
Mataji, stated about
Mm.
the Tirtha Mataji there, Harihara. So that would
Harihara Kshetra. Harihara Kshetra. Mm. This is in Mayapur. This is in Koladeep. I don't know. Is it in Koladeep? Harihara Kshetra? Or Godurmadeep? Something like that. Slokas covered today, please. Okay. As I covered 6, 17, 28, I said. 6th canto, 17 chapter 28, where we had about, Swarga, Apavarga, Narakeshu, Apitulyartha Darshanam. Because, wherever pure devotees goes, whether it is a heavenly planet, hellish planet, or even they are, liberated, anywhere, they are treating it the same. No time, place, circle. They're not disturbed or no difference. No differentiation. They are fully absorbed in the service of the Lord. And I talked about Prahlad Maharaj prayers that, he's pacifying the Lord, right? He's offering his prayers to Narsimha Bhagwan, 9th chapter. He's telling what that 9th chapter after Narsimha Bhagwan kills Hiranyakashipu. It's a chapter name. Prahlad Maharaj pacifies Lord Narsimha. There only he's talking about sex, the Gruhamedis and all that. 7:9:45. I said, and the other verse is there in the purport only. Canto 1, chapter 13, verse 10. But Yudhishthira Maharaj and receiving Vidura. Is that the one, Prabhu? Or the slokas covered is 23 to 26? That one you are asking. I'm so sorry. Huh?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
That shlokas only, numbers only, Prabhuji asked.
Oh, okay. I thought some slokas which we are in between trying to discuss. I thought that one. Yeah, 23 to 26, Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Mataji. Mataji,
Yes,
that
Mataji.
story of Yamunacharya, is it the same Yamunacharya, Mataji, wherein we learn that story, no, Mataji, like Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham? He will strike out that.
I don't think so. That is, I know what you're talking. I don't think so. I'm not sure. You know anything, Mataji? Narayani Mataji? I know that is also Yamunacharya, but I don't know. Is that the same or different?
Yeah, means the story which I've heard, I think he was Arjunacharya. I don't know.
Correct. He's Arjunacharya, not Yamunacharya.
Yeah.
Correct, Mataji.
So Yamunacharya was guru of Ramanujacharya. Yeah.
Correct.
Mataji is
That's
talking
right.
about Yamunacharya.
Yamunacharya. Correct. It's not Yamunacharya. That is Arjunacharya, and yeah. Then his wife get to see Krishna Balaram, right? That one, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That is Arjunacharya.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Mataji, I just checked, Mataji. It says Harihara Kshetra is situated in Godurama Dvipa. On the eastern side of Alkandara. Thank you so much, Mataji. A new insight and a very lovely deity also we got to see. In every class, we know something new from you, Mataji, in a very humble way. So many points and wonderful slokas also, Mataji, you gave for reference. Hare Krishna.
Whatever
Pranams,
I am
Mataji.
trying
Thank
to
you so
read,
much.
I just share, Mataji. Nothing coming from my realization. I just try to read Prabhupada transcripts and their books like Supodini's. We have got so much of information. Whatever I can share, I'm trying to. Thank you, Mataji.
The best part was, Mataji, that if we cannot go to any dham, the person who is coming from dham or the sannyasis or the prabhus, we should just take shelter of them. We should just do some seva to them and we'll get the benefits. So that is really wonderful, Mataji. Seriously, that's what we have to follow, because it's not in nowadays busy life, we are not able to go to the yatras. So that's a wonderful point which Mataji has made it out. Yeah, very.
Yeah, if you nowadays when you go to Holy Dham, it's too much crowded. It's you can't avoid it any time, and then your consciousness has to be so pure to actually see what is there in the scriptures. It's not possible for an ordinary person to see Krishna in Holy Dham now because it's hard.
True, Mataji.
Like that. Like now, just before this session, one Mataji went to Vrindavan and she came, and I'm actually traveling next week. But she was sharing all this yatras and what Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj's retreat she attended. She said you are staying in Govardhan, so you go to the ashram there, you see how it is the retreat center and all other experiences of her. She mainly stayed in Govardhan. And she was sharing how her realizations. It was nice. I felt as if I've been to Holy Dham. I'm planning to go in 2 weeks' time, but you already took me there, which is so nice. So it is coincidentally in this verses also talking about Tirthapada, which is really just taking their
Mataji, same
association.
way when you talk about this Harihara Kshetra,
Yeah.
I was feeling when you go next time, you must go and see that. That anxiety.
Yes, you should see, Mataji.
Yeah.
You should see. I have been to this place at least 3-4 times. Very beautiful place. What the description is here, the trees and the river, and then it is alone itself there. So it's a very remote village, and then you don't see anything. Actually, just 2 years ago also I have been there. Yeah, 2 years ago I have been there. Last year in June, or yeah, I went there. So it's like you don't see the serene environment. You don't see anywhere. It's like that. Not
So
changed
much.
much.
Yeah, so much to see in Mayapur also, no, Mataji. A lot to see.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, at least you need to stay there 2-3 weeks to really see, not just to see what you have seen, not to forget that.
Yeah.
Because it's just easy to see. In 1 week also you can just quickly cover for the sake of cover, but it's not that. You don't want to forget. At least one place, one day you completely stay there, and just keep that in your memory. It will help purify your consciousness.
You know, Mata, now that we are learning, no, in the book also we are learning, no, I'm just writing down the places where we should see.
Correct. Yeah. So that place, that point is very important, that when you take the association of the devotees who traveled there. But another point I heard in last year when I went to retreat, Govardhan Retreat Center, Sachinandan Maharaj was sharing. Some devotee asked that whether we have to, do pilgrimage. We are supposed to go. Actually, then he mentioned one beautiful point. I'm sorry, Mataji, I'm going over time, but this point is very beautifully mentioned that, this is a part of 9 process of devotional service. So this is Pada Sevana, actually. When you go to the pilgrimage, it is Pada Sevana. So as long as your body cooperates, you should visit. And if body cooperates, if Krishna makes gives you proper facility, or even the Lakshmi or whatever, if you're planning, and if it is able to happen by Krishna's mercy, you should go and take the personal darshan of all those things, even parikrama of the places, like someone asked about Govardhan parikrama also. Yeah, this is important to do if your body is cooperating. If not, then you just have to sit at one place and meditate. Like we were there in that place where it's called Giriraj Valley. It's where generally we see, so we just stay there only, sit there and chant, see the Giriraj and chant. That also you do. Maharaj said, when I was young, I was doing every day I go. Now I can't. I sit here and meditate like that. Yeah. So it's not like we shouldn't take it. Okay, it is said like this, no need to go. That's also not required. If it is possible, you see, because you are able to see the whatever described in the books. If you are able to see that in physically, you can very well do that. If someone not able to, due to various constraints, this thing is take the association of them.
Mataji, in Vrindavan, when you went, no, we had to go barefoot everywhere. No, not to wear slippers. Same thing in Mayapur also. When we went to Vrindavan, we had to walk barefoot everywhere, even the Govardhan Parikrama and all that. So Mayapur also like that, Mataji?
You can only see your personal situation, Mataji. You have to be practical. Because sometimes now, if you fall sick there, what's the point you do that? We can't, you can't imitate looking other people also. We just have to, even Govardhan Parikrama also, we can't imitate the Babajis and someone who are there. They're doing so many other things. We may get inspired, but we can't do like them.
No, Mataji, we were told because Krishna has walked all over here, so therefore we should walk bare feet. That's why I'm asking you.
That's right, Mataji. But now, see, if you see, they have changed everything in Vrindavan. They have made the road.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tar roads and all that. So many places.
So this kind of places, if you walk, then people, I mean, I will definitely fall sick, Mataji.
Yeah, some places, it's very pricky, from where we are staying. When you walk early morning, 4 o'clock to the mandir, it's very difficult, because the roads are there, stones by, jutting out.
Correct. Inside Govardhan, you can still do. Outside, it's all become very sophisticated now, unfortunately. Even in Vrindavan also, you do on the, what do you say, that path, bike path we say here, where people, it's a very little narrow side you can walk. Other thing is all road nowadays.
Yeah.
So how you can tolerate accordingly, you accept and do, Mataji. In the middle, if you can't, you try your best initially. If not, then just focus on your parikrama, focus on chanting when you are doing, remembering the Lord. These are all